name is Nivedita. I'm from Bangalore. Really excited to have this discussion on how we can make app-based mobility accessible or more accessible and usable meaningfully for persons with disabilities. When we say accessible mobility, what do we mean? Transportation. What transportation? Bike, yeah, Uber, Ola, Rapido, things like that, right? So that's the focus of today's discussion. Those of you who are interested in this, please come join us in the circle. So the core circle inside, we have our panelists, those who identify as persons with disabilities and who have had experience navigating app-based transport. In the outer circle, we'll have the rest of us, those who don't identify as persons with disabilities. First, we will open the discussion to the inner circle. Then we will engage with the outer circle as well in terms of what your experiences have been using app-based mobility, Uber, Ola. What are some of the constraints or challenges you faced, and how you want to see a perfect Uber or Ola in the future. So we have a postcard from 2050 that we'll share with you to work on. We'll break into groups in the last part of the discussion. So that's how we have planned it. We'll dive right in. So those in the inner circle, can you start with, do you use app-based mobility? What do you use it for? And what has been your experience around it? Maybe each of you can take about 2 to 3 minutes and touch upon this. Do you use it? For what do you use it? And what has your experience been, both positive as well as negative? Aishwarya, can we start with you?
Hi everyone, thanks Nivedita for the question. So I'm visually impaired and I didn't know initially in 2014-15 I was not even using a screen reader. And when yes, I do use mobility apps. And when I started using it, what amazed me, the first thing is, earlier I had to go to the auto rickshaw stand to get a cab which was 2 lanes away from my house, which became difficult when people were not around. But after using these apps, the vehicle would just come right at your doorstep, pick you up and drop you. So that was the most interesting and the most accessible part of these apps. And coming to what can be improved is maybe there could be a priority ride for people with disabilities, and an awareness session for the drivers, because I realized there were hiccups when the driver dropped me at the wrong house at the wrong time. And I had to figure out where my house was, and unfortunately the maps also was not working. People were not around because it was raining heavily, and luckily my mom called back and I was able to get back to the house. So this is just an overview. I'd like to pass it on to Raghu.
Your cat or dog
Yeah.
actually saved you?
Actually, the savior, the Superman that day was the Chicky. We used to give him food every day. And he saw me in that rain. He came running to me, stood next to me. At least I knew I'm in the same gully, that really helped me. I was like, wow, dogs are more accessible than people right now. Yeah.
Can I hold it? Chicky, yeah. Nice. I don't have any chickies, so, but then, yeah. What saved is the purpose of using the app-based transportation. Initially, yes, not just for person with disabilities, for any person who wants to travel to a place. Either they have to choose their own personal transport or a public transport. Public transport being very difficult, that's where app-based, travel saved a lot of our efforts, time, and patience. So yeah, I've been using ever since Uber, Ola has started in Hyderabad. They should actually put my statue there. So because I think I've enough paid for them. But yeah, I mean, technically, if I have to put this like this, like how it changed the way we look at our own travel, the safety issue and the accessibility issue. It's been really helpful. There are always pros and cons for every particular thing. So advantages, yes, it saved a lot of things. It made us feel like it can come to it, not literally to your doorstep, but at least where you can walk in. You can take into it with OTP based and all. You know that a particular car has come or a bike has come. Today, actually, because we are doing this, I personally chose to take Rapido bike, expecting some havoc to happen so that I can point it out here. But fortunately today nothing happened. He was so nice, and I was like, dude, no, don't do this with me today. So yeah, I mean, there's always scope to improve, but technically there are always things that can be improved. But more than that, what I feel today, the conversation that I would put forward is the awareness part of it, the heart towards understanding a person with disability is also your customer and they also pay for your company. That's what I want to put into this discussion. Thank you.
Before you pass the mic, can you talk a little bit about today you came here by Rapido. Otherwise, for what do you use it, and how often in a week or a month do you?
That's what I said. They have to actually give me an award because I use it twice, thrice a day.
Wow, thrice a day.
Yeah, and
How much do you spend on average?
I'm not rich, but I have to use it, so I choose depending on the travel. If it is like a long distance travel, then I preferably choose a cab. Again, compare both at same time, both apps, whichever has more lesser price, choose that and go. Average, because I travel for my NGO works and startup works, and I do have a car, but again, you have to hire a driver for that, and not every time it is feasible to hire somebody, and it's your own car, and if the driver doesn't drive you, your heart is in your mouth and you feel like it's rather take Ola or Uber. So average last 3-4 months, I think I've been spending easily 10K only to travel
Per month
per
to
month, because it's been helpful. Majority of the time I choose traffic, and then I choose should I take a cab or a bike. Because here, if I have to come on time for this event, if I choose a car, it might get me 10-15 minutes delayed because of the traffic. So what I choose is a bike. So
for work, or do you also use it for more traveling with family, personal stuff?
again, family, we all go in the same own car.
Okay.
That's where I think instead of using somebody's car, it's always safe for my parents to sit in their own cars. So we chose drivers, hourly based, or somebody, cousins would come and we travel together. But personally, I always chose app based transport only for my work to travel across the places. Yeah.
Kedar, do you want to share why you use, do you use app-based transport and why you use it?
I use it for the app-based cabs like Uber, Ola, Rapido for booking through the and tracking through the app where it is coming according to the particular license plate. We cannot even rely on someone's car, or we can use it for that different place, and also to track. To go anywhere like car, taxi, or bike for single people or 2 or 3 members by auto itself. It's based on our comfort. Need not even rely on local auto or local cabs, like need not even bargain the rate to the directly to drivers like a sky cab from Rajiv Gandhi International Airport.
So Kedar, what you're saying is by using app-based transport, one benefit is it is comfortable for you. Second, you said you don't have to bargain because the price comes up front, right?
Yes, according to the fixed rate it is showing in the app.
Correct. And I think that's the hassle most of us face and we prefer app-based device. Kedar, you want to share why you use the transport? Where are you going and for what purposes you use it?
I use it for going anywhere to anywhere somewhere. When I go to Bangalore also, I use only like a auto or a bike for the unknown places.
All right, Kedar. And I remember your mom, Lavanya, also sharing that because of the app-based device, you have been going out a lot on your own and you are able to tell your mom where you are with the tracking. Does that make you feel safe?
Yes, yes, it makes me feel very safer, uh, more safer and very happy to reach according to the reaching time with the navigation.
Okay. Just one question maybe. Kedar, you want to share when you are doing your bachelor's in fine arts, right? Your college was in Madhapur. How were you traveling from home to Madhapur?
Earlier, before metro arrival, I used to use public transportation means to travel and interchange two of the buses. And after metro gets arrival, I travel by bus and also use up and down by metro because it feels very safe and very fast and very comfortable than waiting for long time for the RTC bus.
Thank you, Kedar.
Uh, Hello. So I have earlier I used to not even think about going out in a public transport, but as Uber and Ola started, then I have started using. I'm here, like I'm safe, and they know where I'm going, and how I usually use public Uber and Ola to travel to office. So I travel.
What do you work as, Riddha, if you don't mind sharing?
I work as a counselor in Naidasha. Yeah, I'm a helpline counselor. I work in helpline. So we used to meet at office. So I used to travel alone. So yeah, when I've started working at Naidasha, that is when I've started going alone. Otherwise, my mother used to assist me all the time. So it's
Does it feel to travel alone without your mother? For me, it
early.
was very liberating.
Earlier, I was very scared, but then I got used to it, and I know that I am independent enough to travel by myself. So I don't have to depend on someone. So that independent feeling is what I have feel like and feel good about it.
Pani puri also before I went home with 10 rupees. I used to save money from the auto ride and eat pani puri. That has traveling alone sort of allowed you to do things you couldn't otherwise do.
Nothing, because it's the location to location, so it won't be possible for me. But yeah, recently I have started a few things while I was in college. College was very near to my place, so my friends used to help me out through all of these things, and my brother was there, so I did not get a chance to do all this. No. Yeah.
How often do you use the
Uh, Earlier I used to use a day, like on a day-to-day basis, like, but recently I have limited this usage because Uber is having now this cylinders in their trunk, because of which I won't be able to, it's not very comfortable for me to travel.
Tell us more about that. What makes it difficult?
So there earlier there was no electric vehicles, so it was easier for me. The wheelchair used to come in the trunk, but nowadays they are having the cylinders in the trunk, so it is harder for me to travel, and they won't be able to keep my wheelchair. Some of the drivers are concerned about the seats, it will tear or will this be okay. So those are some of the concerns that they come up with. Not all the drivers, but few of the drivers are very concerned and not
Their concern
the seats will tear because of
there because of the wheelchair.
if I keep it on their seat, because of the dust, or it might tear their seats, or some of the concerns.
Not able to keep it in the boot, and you're not able to keep it inside.
Yeah, so those are the concerns that they come up with, which I'm not very I know they have their concerns, but it's not very comfortable for me.
What do? They reach your place, they see you're on a wheelchair, and then
Yeah, there was one of the instance where the driver came to my place. I was heading to office. He came to my place. I just came down by lift, and he saw me, and then he was like, "No, ma'am, I'm sorry, I won't be able to take you." So then he just sat, and then he left. Then later on, he cancelled on the ride. Then I had to book a drive again, and I prior told him that I'm on a wheelchair, so please come as per whatever it is. So
that's something you normally do. Do you have to, as soon as you book your ride, call the driver, tell them you're on wheelchair?
yeah, I usually had to do that because my home is a little inside. So they are like, can you please come to the curb? So I have to tell them, no, I won't be able to come. Can you please come by the gate? So I'll have to tell them prior ki I'm on a wheelchair. Do you have a space for that? So accordingly, they'll cancel or accept my ride.
How does that make you feel to tell them that you're on a wheelchair?
It does not feel great because, if I was thinking ki if they knew prior about ki this is a wheelchair user, or there's a login ID that we have. So if we can have a logo or something so that the driver is aware about my condition as well. So it's something I don't have to tell them verbally that I will be needing assistance in this. So yeah.
Have you been to other countries and have you seen or experienced anything better in
Yeah,
other
I
countries?
have been to a country where there was this option for persons with disability or elderly. So if we choose that, so the driver is itself is aware of my condition, and they bring a different car, they assign a different car for me.
Oh, okay, okay. Nice. Which country was this?
Australia, yeah. So I've tried there Uber, so I have seen the options itself in the Uber app.
So two things. It's the same Uber platform which works differently in different contexts. One in India, and the same Uber platform in Australia works differently. Second thing is, there is one more reason that Ridha has not been using Uber, and I think she should share that reason also. She knows what I mean.
So because of all of the situation, I have also learned to drive.
Wow!
I I need to get a license, so I now I can drive by myself. So yeah, I can drop for pani puri as well.
Shall we open it a little bit more and think about, we have other friends as well. You should give it to them. Here. Sushant, correct? Sushant, can you recall an experience that was exceptionally good or exceptionally bad or both? when you used transport, whether in India or anywhere else?
Yeah. So I don't have to go back a lot of memory. Today itself, I had a very good experience. So I traveled from Begumpet. So I got down at gate 12 of T Hub. Then my driver was very kind. So when I'm traveling to a new place, which I don't know the place, because T Hub is such a big place, you have almost like I think 12, 13 gates. I have been last time I came here, similar experience happened for HLF Fest. So I came there. So the volunteer over here, he told me to come to gate 2. So I asked that person, he dropped me at gate 12. I told him that I can't see, I need your help. So the driver was so kind. He went and asked security guard whether it's gate 2. So that guy denied it's not gate 2. So then, with my friend's help, Shiva, he got down at here. He was right. I was wrong. So I went to some other gate. Then from there, I again travel. It's like I reached my gate 12 at 1:30, and then I have to juggle for another half an hour. Finally, with the good nature, the Uber guy was very down to earth, very kind. That when he got to know that I can't see, when I explained him that it's a new place, I need your help, he was very kind enough. He cancelled a ride for that he was getting for me, and he helped me. So challenges like this proves me that there are good people, which goes against my pessimism that there are bad people out there. But yeah, that was a pretty good experience today I have. But other experience, the same thing had another view. Like with the GPS location, sometime it can get wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine I'm a low vision candidate, so I can at least see and walk. So my friend who is here, Shiva Reddy, he's a completely blind student. So what if the similar situation would have happened with him? It would have been a bit tough. But there are nice people who are willing to help. So I'm very happy
How
for
does
that.
the app work for you when you have to choose the location in the app? Does it read it out? Do you use a screen reader?
I use TalkBack. It reads out everything. It reads out in Rapido, it reads out how many kilometers it's away.
Hmm.
And if you when you select a location, when you are selecting a vehicle, in how much time you can get that vehicle, and what's the cost, everything. It reads out everything, both in Rapido and Uber. The difference is like when you book in an Uber, you get notification popping in.
Hmm.
Like whereas in Rapido, when you book, it just goes to the booking page.
Okay.
There is no notification.
Okay.
Compared to Rapido, Uber in that regard is more comfortable because when you are juggling, which happens most of the time, because I'm struggler and I'm like usually conscious about the price. So when I'm doing multitasking of the booking of the same cab on two different apps, like when Uber pops up, it is easy that Uber has picked up the driver. Someone have confirmed. Rapido, don't have to search. But where is someone booking in Rapido, I face a bit trouble because I again have to go and open the app. It has happened couple of times, like when I've got a ride in Uber, I've started and then I'm getting a call. Bhaiya, we are at your location.
Oh no.
Bhaiya, मेरे तो location निकल गया. So, yeah, then I have to negotiate. I have to tell him that I have passed, and then I cancel. It has happened once or twice.
Anything you want to share, add?
Today, I was like very much determined. In case we are not able to make it to the auditorium, we'll go to Nilofer or something and have. But then he somehow came on time. So to just give a background, I must say that I'm a spoiled brat because my parents never let me walk alone and all of that because my school has just been some 100 meters away. Although my school has just been 100 meters away, I used to be always taken and then picked and dropped by my mom. But so now we have come so far that my mom didn't even call if I have actually reached or not. So I think that is some kind of independence. And although we have got some challenges, we have definitely gone far. It is like now I'm able to travel without having to worry, without having to know about the location and all of that. So back then I used to be a little suspicious, and then I used to also listen to the Google Maps and all of that if he's
Right.
following the same location. But then now I don't do that. So I'm a person who loves sleeping while I am actually, while I am actually either in the auto or car or whatever. So now I don't mind. So I don't mind doing that, and because we have come so far. So as we were also talking about Rapido and Uber, Rapido was the most inaccessible application. I think I don't know back then. So when I was actually using, and then there were several instances where I myself have written emails to Rapido and all of that, and unfortunately they were not aware of what accessibility and all of that was back then. So now Rapido has gone come a long way, I must say.
Understood. Oh,
But,
okay.
yeah, Rapido has come a long way, but Uber is always the standard. I think Uber has
Right.
always been maintaining a good standard. I'm not sure if anybody will differ with me, but yeah.
Oh, you want to add?
No, I mean, great point he added, because initially there was something called taxi for sure. I don't know if people remember that, but they were early into the market, and technically forget about Ubers or Olas or taxi for sures. In general, people don't know what is accessibility. Forget about person with disabilities traveling in cars. In general, people have no clue about what is accessibility, what is inclusion. These were the terms which came in, probably 5-6 years down the line from now. But Uber somehow has maintained a little empathy. A little empathy. I cannot be very honest saying they were amazing, not really. But then the problem is not about the policies, the problem is not about the technology, or the problem is not about how easy you're making app-based. The concern is, at the end of the day, the user has to still sit into the car and ride. So it's about the chauffeur. It's about the training to a chauffeur, explaining to them that every customer is a customer and a few requires extra assistance, and you should be honest enough to, at least, give a lot of, not too much push, but at least a slight push. But these days what happens is, on the policy level, yes, they do the checklist, because I personally had a conversations with people working in Uber itself. It's a checklist for them. They say, we've trained our chauffeurs. Now, what training they were given is how to accept the ride and how to bargain. But when it comes to speaking, for example, if a person, with hearing impairment cannot really hear the other person, right? These things were not trained. The sensitization not happens. It's just improving the quality of technology on apps. That's happening, as he rightly said. But here, I don't think if only technology is improved, there could be any impact on the people who are using. It won't be like that.
Thanks for bringing that up. Nammayatri in Bangalore has done exactly what you're saying. They say that they have delivered training to more than 1 lakh drivers. And these drivers not necessarily only drive for Nammayatri, right? I mean, auto drivers, cab drivers also keep switching from app to app. So if Nammayatri platform has given them that training, then they will use that on others as well. And there is I think the number of rides taken over the last 1 year is more than 5 million rides, right, by persons with disabilities. And another finding is when a person chooses a purple ride, so it's called a purple ride in Bangalore, thanks to purple economy that Enable India is forefronting. They say that pregnant women, elderly people, women with young children, or people who are sick and undergoing treatment in hospital, they also can have a comfortable ride. So even they identify as person with disability when they book the purple ride on Nammayatri. So yes, there has been some activity on that end to deliver, and these are short video trainings that are being delivered in the screen of the auto driver or the taxi driver. So hopefully Nammayatri can come to Hyderabad and other cities.
If the MOUs happen with the government, only then probably it happens.
It's an open network. It's like ONDC. It is an open protocol. The unions should agree.
Yeah,
so
you
that-
rightly said, but at least if if the unions don't permit them to come here, just like in Goa, they don't permit anybody.
Good practice.
Yeah, but at least learn from somebody's practice. It's not about your business tactics or the numbers here. It's about how do you treat your own customer. Then implement it in your own policies, give them the training. It's as simple as that.
In Namayatri, in the whole India, we have to accommodate a pet person with the pet traveling for the pet dog or pet cat identity. By traveling with the pet dog for taking to the doctor or a clinic, or going to home, return back home by traveling with pet.
That's great. We didn't know about it. Thanks for sharing that, Kedar. If I have to bring in two more points, and in interest of time, I think what you shared, Raghu, was that technology is getting better, getting easier, but the drivers are not sensitized. So probably I'll bring in one more element that another family caregiver shared with us, and we won't play it in the video in interest of time, where the cab drivers have been great. He is traveling. I think those who were there initially, we shared that it has given him a lot of independence. But at the same time, cab drivers have also duped this person who identifies as neurodiverse of money. A cab which would cost 200 rupees, they easily took 2000 rupees and never returned it back. To make matters worse, when the mother took it up with Uber, there was no response whatsoever. Or I think she got a response which was very mild. So these are the human aspect of it remains important.
How I look at the betterment of this current existing app is, of course, everyone is sharing about the sensitization of the drivers. Second is, for people with wheelchair who use wheelchairs, a note can be given. Okay, this is a CNG gas thing. So they're aware, and that's one thing. And for deaf and hard of hearing, a cue card can be there for them to have a conversation. Of course, you can chat through the app as well, but a cue card of basics of conversations can be there. And for visually impaired, specification, make sure, see, I may be going to an airport, and I always tell, bhaiya, first lane near the Hyderabad airport, not the third lane, because I have to cross those 3 lanes and go. It's difficult. So maybe they can make sure that I'm dropped at that right place. So these are the simple things, but it makes a big difference when it comes to accessibility. Yeah.
A doubt, like whether I am using the Nammayatri app wrong, or like you are using it right, I don't know. Because half of the time the app is not working, and other half of the time the driver is so rude than my meanest sibling. He is very rude. I mean, like either he will cancel the ride, or else he will tell something meanest thing. Ma'am, I like he can actually reject very simply, but he never did that. And I never use Namayatri app.
I'm sorry. I'll take this feedback to the Namayatri team, but neither do I work there or anything. But I'll take this feedback there. Is it there in Hyderabad? No. Okay. Bangalore. Okay. Okay.
I'm talking about the Bangalore thing.
Oh, you're talking about Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
And when
My favorite thing to use in Bangalore, so I don't know.
during rains, it's even more harder to find.
That's true. I agree. Others, do you have quick reflections from the team?
So I'm not disabled myself, but I was working with a group of disabled dancers earlier this year, and some of them were deaf and some of them were in wheelchairs. And I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised that you've had positive experiences, because Uber used to have like you were saying in Australia, it used to have that in Bangalore also, and then it disappeared. And then a lot of these services also, like Taxi for Sure, etc., all disappeared. So I think when we were trying to find taxis for the people that we were working with, it was really hard unless we organized it beforehand. And also this is a bit of a quick advertisement. Tomorrow I have a panel for accessibility kind of accessible use of apps. So if you're around, please come because we would love to hear your input. But something that I wanted to actually ask is that I've heard from friends who use screen readers that sometimes there's too much information on the app, right? And so that can get quite confusing. So I wanted to know whether that has changed, because I know Uber has now introduced an interface for older users, which apparently has less information. I don't know whether people have used that, but no, not really. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, because just like she follows Namayatri pretty close by, I follow Uber pretty close by because I want to sue them for every small thing they don't do it. Fortunately for them, unfortunately for me, it didn't, hit it. But as you said, yes, the promotion is happening, but when you actually open the interface and update it, it again seems more or less the same until unless you go get into the terms and conditions and go deeper into the conversations, then only you'll find a small liner. But as a user interface itself, they'll only give more number of different vehicles that are available, uh, all different services available. Yeah, that's the only thing. And unfortunately, these days they've added one more thing, that pay extra drivers are not accepting at this ride. That eventually is something which irritates not just a person with disability, but any passenger who is at, for example, you are standing on the road and that person doesn't really come. Imagine I standing on the road, waiting in the tough heat, and these persons all of a sudden say, "Can you cancel it and give cash?" Bro, I don't want to handle cash in my pockets because one day I handled everything was on the road. And my mom will send me out of the house if I do it again and again. So that's why I have something called Ola money, Uber money, and there is a wallet. I add money. And when I raise this question to Uber, they say, "Why did you pay 2 times?" I said, "Arey, what should I do with you now?" I have took the screenshot. I said, he purposefully said, pay extra just because they don't get money. These are the experiences we face it, but I be honest, never seen such sort of options available. Forget about elderly, I'm talking about people like us.
So I think the sensitization part and all is fine, but then so you've got a lot of these advertisements and all of that flashing, buy iPhone 16 or something, something and all of that. So maybe I think most of them are not. And maybe sometimes out of curiosity I try and click them and nothing happens. I think there's a lot of extra information, a lot of I agree with that. And moreover, I think a quick point. I'm sorry, but then the moreover, as human point was already being spoken about, I feel. See, people are not at all aware as to how we are actually booking. We are actually worried if if I'll be able to pay him at the end of the ride or not. So there are so many questions, and I think they should be a little aware as to that, as to how we operate. Otherwise, you keep hearing about this inspirational rant saying, "Oh, you're an inspiration" and all of that. I can't tell you how much inspired. So that is fine. I mean, though I keep, how much ever I try to convince that, it is all because of the technology that I'm here. He was like, "See, you using the technology is great." So he has, so he has every point. So I think if that narrative changes, it'll be really great. We can go so much forward.
Last points. I mean, I'm really being asked to leave the room at this point. Did you have something that you absolutely must say?
Yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
It's nothing new, but it's just something that I wanted to share. I'm a law student, and I was exposed to disability studies in my first year when we were studying sociology. So the entire concept of accessibility it changed my entire perception. And when Raghu was telling that accessibility is something, it's a concept that everybody should understand. Yes, everybody in this room should understand what accessibility is, because the whole notion around disability is that, oh, the other person is having a problem, but your perception should change in the sense that the surroundings are the problem. You are not compatible enough for everybody, and you are creating this notion of what is normal and what is not. So that is something that everybody should get in their heads, and that's when you get sensitized. You should understand accessibility. Try understanding accessibility.
That's a okay. And with that, we'll close.
Like similarly, when my friend spoke, so I just got reminded of this. Once I was in an auto, and the driver was too kind to believe that he wanted to waive my fee because he was under assumption that disabled are meant for doing charity. So this is the whole narrative that 1995 legislation and all uh, all Indian films, books have, like, dude, I have to explain those guys like biology of my disability in a 40-minute ride. My 20 years of life I have to explain. I just got irritated a lot of times.
Love your humor, Sushant. You wanted to say something?
A quick replay is tell about why drivers are multiple times cancellation. The same platform. I am the trade union gig and platform workers union leader. Uh, yes, obviously, we will try to resolve this problem at the same time, multiple times drivers to create the awareness. But you know, the one thing is very important with us because how many drivers will be rejected? Why rejected? Drivers rejected the main reason the long distance to come and pick up. Dry run should be above 4 kilometers. That time driver will be cancelled. One thing. Another thing, why driver asking cash payment? Because I don't know, you don't know, but first ride as a driver, he need diesel, fuel, CNG amount. That's why he is asking from amount, direct amount. Now few months back, drivers has the all the aggregator companies should be commission model, okay, 30%. Now all the aggregator companies has now come to subscription model, okay, recharge type. Now slightly drivers is not asking to amount because whatever amount you will be given immediately should be transferred from the driver's account. But aggregators, when you have to pay the amount after 24 hours, driver should be paid by the Uber Pay and Ola Pay, whatever the payment should be created by the drivers. That's the reason. Now one more thing, you see, maximum drivers waiting long time. How to algorithm control from the aggregators, because in your by side of your vehicle will be available Ola and Uber, but the drivers has come 4 kilometers and 5 kilometers. This is how to aggregator companies algorithm should be with the drivers. Okay, this is the very important thing here. We are also multiple times to try to request aggregators, but no one can listen here because without any legal legislation will be there. That is the biggest problem.
Thank you. Thank you. With that, we'll close. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks to all of you.